You know, it's drama. But those are the old days. Things are better now. I think it's pretty amazing when you think about it. The people used to say that being gay was wrong. Pretty recently, folks used to, like most people used to say that being gay was wrong. Of course, it's not wrong to be gay. I mean, it's pretty gay, but it's not wrong. But that's what people used to say. And now nobody says that. And I think that's a positive change. I think that's a good thing. Although I do wonder if there are gay people who miss when it was wrong. Maybe there's a few who miss when it was, because wasn't it a little more fun when it was like, this is fucking crazy? Like, didn't that give it a little zhuzh, a little, I could lose my job, oh fuck. Because now they're like everybody else, which is great, and they can get married, that's terrific, but is that fun to fuck your husband at your house? Wasn't it more fun to be in an old nightclub at 4 a.m, like, I'm breaking my mother's heart? Oh, yeah. I don't know. I don't even mean just gay people. Just some people like when sex is a little fucked up, you know? Some people like when sex is a little fucked up. All right. No. All right, you want to talk about it? Should we talk about it? Yeah, all right. I don't mind talking about it. Okay. Here's what I'll give you some advice. Here's some advice that really only I can give you. Here's my advice. If you ever ask somebody, can I jerk off in front of you? Just let me finish. Let me finish what I'm saying. Fuck. Okay. If you ever ask somebody, may I jerk off in front of you? And they say yes. Just say, are you sure? That's the first part. And then if they say yes, just don't fucking do it. Just don't do it. Because look, whatever you're into, okay? Because everybody's got their thing. Whatever your thing is, I don't know. You all have your thing. I don't know what your thing is. You're so fucking lucky that I don't know what your thing is. Do you understand how lucky you are? That people don't know your fucking thing, because everybody knows my thing. Everybody knows my fucking thing now. Obama knows my thing. Do you understand how that feels? To know that Obama was like, good Lord. Everybody in the world knows my thing. I got on an airplane in Italy. This little kid was like, Mama, that's the guy who jack off in front of the people. So whatever your thing is, I don't know what it is. Maybe you can't come unless you have your father on speakerphone. Whatever it is. If you want to do it with somebody else, you need to ask first. But if they say yes, you still don't get to just go, woo, and charge ahead. You got to check in often. I guess that's what I would say. Check in. Because it's not always clear how people feel. Like, men are taught to make sure the woman is okay. But the thing is, women know how to seem okay when they're not okay. So you can't just look at her face and be like, yeah, her eyes are dry, we're fine, let's just keep going. You got to check in. Because communication during sex can be very confusing. Like, sometimes you're with a woman, you're having sex, she's making noises. She's going like, ooh, ah. And you're like, oh, she loves it. Not necessarily. Sometimes they're making those noises just to get through it. Because it's easier to go, ooh, than to say, I hate how you fuck me. Honestly, it's awful. So she goes, ooh, baby. It's kind of like a Negro spiritual. It's sort of similar. So to assume that she likes it is like if they heard slaves singing in the fields and you're like, hey, they're having a great time out there. As far as my thing, I don't know what the fuck. People are like, why do you want to do it anyway? Okay, I don't know. I like jerking off. I don't like being alone. That's all I can tell you. I get lonely. Where is everyone? It's just sad. I like company. I like to share. I'm good at it, too. If you're good at juggling, you wouldn't do it alone in the dark. You would gather folks and amaze them. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that shit. Well. Let me ask you a question. You ever wonder how many people ever fucked your mom? We're almost done. You're doing great. This is important to me. You ever look at your mom and go like, Mom, how many dicks? Just how many? I lost my mom, so those are the things I don't know, so I'm curious. I don't feel like a lot of dudes fucked my mom. Not because she's like pure, but because I don't think so. But I hope it was as many as she wanted. That's what I hope. I hope she got all the dicks she ever dreamed of because I loved her. I hope at the end my mom was like, that was plenty of dicks. But I'll never know because you don't know your mom. That's the truth. You don't really know your mother. You feel like you know her, but you know what she told you. She didn't tell you shit. You don't tell your kids your life. What did your mother tell you? I won a swimming medal when I was 12. She didn't tell you, like, I used to fuck this guy at work. It was amazing. She didn't tell you that. Think about your mom's life story as she told it to you. There's huge holes in that story. Like, well, I graduated when I was 22, and then I met your father when I was 35. Feels like a lot of dicks would fit right in there, Mom. You know those movies where a mother and a daughter switch bodies? You ever seen a movie like this? It's always like Freaky Friday, some Disney comedy where a mother and a daughter switch bodies, and then they're like, whoa! Then they have to water ski and be in a rock band together. And then they switch back and they know each other better. That's the formula. I think they should make another one of those movies. But it should be about a mother who switches bodies with her son. But it's not a comedy, it's a drama. Like a medical affliction. They're upset the whole time. She's in the bathroom in the morning. I'm holding my son's penis. It's confusing. And her son is in her body. He's like, I don't want to be my mommy anymore. I don't like how it feels. And his dad comes home and he starts fucking on me. Oh, God. What's happening now? I don't like this. But I don't want to say no to my dad. And then at the end of the movie, they never switch back. You guys were great. Thank you very much for coming tonight. It was a pleasure talking to you. Get home safe. Thank you very, very much. Good night. I mean, what am I capable of? I'd like to think that I'm a nice person. But I don't know, man. A lot of it is context. There's a lot of things I wonder if the world was different. Like if murder was legal, I might have killed a few people. I don't know. I'd love to think, oh, I would never do that. But we really need the law against murder. For one simple reason. The law against murder is the #1 thing preventing murder. We'd like to think it's because, like, oh, I would never do that. No, it's because it really sucks getting caught murdering. A lot. If murder was legal, or just a misdemeanor, like you get a thing in the mail, ah, shit, they had a camera there. Oh, well.
If murder was legal, there would be so much murder. Regular people would murder. Murderers would murder even more. And then really nice, sweet people would murder a few people. But nobody would murder no people. You wouldn't trust somebody who didn't murder. If murder was legal, you wouldn't like them. I never killed anybody. Okay, nice meeting you. Ugh. What a creep. I mean, not even a hooker. Live a life. What's wrong with that guy? He's like a Mormon or some shit. I hate those guys. I think he's nice. Shut up, Janet. It would just... If murder was legal, there would be a lot of murder. Children would behave very differently. Because mostly parents would be murdering their own kids. That's mostly what would happen if murder was legal. You'd be, you go to a mall, there'd be like 8 different moms in the mall just, I told you to stop it! You didn't listen to me! You'd be stepping over dead kids. It'd be like a new problem. You have to clean up your kids when you kill them, because it's gross. It's bad for the environment. If you murder your child in a public place, please use one of the red bags that are in the dispensers every 3 feet of America. Put your murdered child in the red bag with a logo of a murdered kid on it. Next to the other logo that tells you not to let your alive kid play with a plastic bag because they might suffocate. In which case you could just leave them in the bag. That is a whole bunch of horrible thoughts right in a row. Right in a row. That is a compressed area of bad thought.
One time I went shopping. You ever do this? I went shopping and I had no money and I forgot. You ever done that? Like, you ever just forget you're broke and like go eat a meal or something? And then you realize, whoops. And I went like I went to this department store and I got like electric toothbrush and all this stuff. And the guy goes, $85? And I was like, oh, I don't have any money. And he's like, well, you don't have enough? No, I don't have any. And where do you go from there, really? What's the next step from that? He didn't know either. He's like, you want to put some items back? Is that what he's saying? Put them all back, I think. Got to keep marking a price down until you hit 0. Because that's what I got on me. Where do you do? I didn't know how to leave even. Like, all right, well, I'm all okay. I'm all set. I enjoyed picking this stuff out anyway. What do you do? You ever been that embarrassed in front of other people that you think there's no way they're not going to hate you for the rest of their lives? But anyway, I'm glad I'm here because of you, and I want to do a good show for you. That's my job. That's the simplest thing in the world to me, is that you should do your job. You should do it well. And not because of how well you get paid, but because that's your job. I never understand people when I go to a place to get a thing and they do their job shitty out of spite for how shitty their job is. It makes no sense to me. Why wouldn't you want it? Why do you have to make my coffee sarcastically? I don't just give you carrots. Hear your majesty, enjoy your coffee. Why? Why wouldn't you want it to? Why? Because you're 20, you piece of shit. That's why. Because you're a 20-year-old piece of shit. I'm sorry, but I am prejudiced against everyone who's 20 years old that works at a place. Because they just think that if you just stand there and hate it, somebody will go, oh, well, then let's make you a director. That's how that works. Just if you clearly you're better than this. 20-year-olds are the worst people because that is a person who has been taking and just sucking up and absorbing
fucking education and love and products and just giving nothing back. They're ripe like a big fat ripe orange on a tree, and the tree's like, get the fuck out of here. Jesus, this is crazy. What? Fuck you, I don't want to go. If you're 20, I guarantee you never did anything for anybody. Yes, you went to Guatemala on a school trip and they told you helped, but you didn't help at all. You were a way bigger pain in the ass than you were any help to those. They're like, I got a mudslide in my house and I got to babysit a fucking college student. Just take a picture of her with a shovel so she can put it on Facebook and leave us alone. I had such an amazing experience. Really? Did you take from them too, you motherfucker? 20-year-olds are not interesting people. They have nothing to say. Nothing has happened to you. My parents moved and I go to school. Who gives a shit? Unless you beat cancer as a child, you have nothing to say. I'm more interesting because I'm 43. That mathematically just makes me more interesting. Just because shit has happened to me. I've collected stories. When I was 35, a woman blew me, and 2 years later, she killed herself. She hung herself to death. That's an interesting story. That's worth listening to and pondering. Because it means it takes 2 years after blowing me for the shame to be too much that you gotta do yourself in. That's the gestation period. What if every woman that ever blew me died exactly 2 years later, and some detective picked up on it? And when he realizes why, he's like, well, I can't do anything. It's not illegal to have a disgusting penis. It's just a shame. Anyway. I don't like when a 20-year-old is working, because you never get attitude from the 65-year-old guy. You ever go to Best Buy and the guy selling you a DVD player is like 65? That guy is trying to get a Nobel Prize for selling DVD players. He's amazing. You never get the 65-year-old guy like, meh. Does it have Blu-ray? Well, let me read the box that you could have read. And no, he's like, well, let's find out. You need to know that. He's so excited to help you. And he has reasons to be bitter, this 65-year-old guy. He's 65, he works at Best Buy. He had to come out of retirement because his kid is gay and does crystal meth and he ruined his life. And it's partly his fault because he didn't accept his son being gay. That's why he's on drugs. The point is he's had a hard day and he's still showing up at fucking Best Buy wearing a bow tie. They don't make you wear those. That's how much he gives a shit. I don't know, man. Younger people, okay, fine. You know, I'll wait and see. Maybe you'll be interesting.
I heard that ducks have one hole. I don't know if you know that, but ducks have one hole. And they pee out of it, and they shit out of it, they get in it, and they lay eggs out of it. That has got to be one smelly, dirty hole. That hole has got to be a pretty awful place. I feel a little bad for the man duck because ducks are monogamous. I don't know if you know that, but ducks stay in their relationships forever. And by the time that duck gets to be 48, her husband must be like, dude, that shit sucks. I hate it. And then he goes and a swan or something. His wife's like, why are you swan for? She's got an asshole. That's why she's got an asshole. Okay, I got a green head. I don't know what that means. Just somehow they got green heads. They deserve more. Speaking of animal-type humor that's not totally finished, I
I have this joke, like, animals talking to each other type joke, that I don't know how to finish it. I know what's funny about it, but I don't know how to finish it. Basically, it's about a lion who goes up to a giraffe, and he says, "Hey, man, did you see that dude?" And the giraffe's like, "What dude?" And he goes, "He's that dude. He lives by the river in a hut." And the giraffe goes, "What does he look like?" And the lion goes, "He looks like this." Ah! And the giraffe's like, "Well, I know a dude that lives by the river, but he doesn't look like that." He goes, "No, that's what he looks like." Ah! The giraffe says, I know a guy, but he looks like this. See, the lion just thinks that people look like that. The lion doesn't get that he makes a person look like that by scaring the shit out of him. He just thinks that, hey, that's that dude that's always going, ah! That's what he's like.
My kids and I were having breakfast the other day, and we're listening to NPR. We always listen to NPR because we're better than you. And so we're listening to NPR at breakfast the other morning, and there's this one story where they kept using this phrase. They kept saying 9/11 deniers. They kept saying that. 9/11 deniers. And my daughter was like, "What is that?" And I said, "Well, it's a group of people that think September 11th was a conspiracy." And she said, "Oh, I thought they were saying 9/11 deniers." Yeah, she thought they meant 9 people who just ain't buying this 11 bullshit. Just a small fringe group, really. There's only 9 of them. But they still got on NPR, they got on the radio because they're dedicated. They protest every day. They're the 9/11 deniers. They're outside of the White House. It goes 10, 12, 13. Just know it. We are the 9/11 deniers. We know that 11 is a bullshit number propagated on the people by the man. Why do we have 11 when we have 13 and 14 and 15 and 16, 17, motherfucking 18 and 19, but we do not have a 1 team? What happened to 1 team? The government took 1 team and replaced it with some bullshit called 11. We are the 9 that deny that shit. Mr. President, give us back 1 team. I don't mean to offend any Chinese people with the stereotype, but... That's right, I'm Chinese, motherfuckers. I lived in Shanghai. I'm Chineser than a motherfucker. I'm a chopsticks and whatnot. Ha! All right. I'm sorry. Here's the thing. Stereotypes are harmful. That's the truth. But the voices are funny. And I don't know how to reconcile those two facts. I enjoy doing the voices, but they're offensive. So I do them at home. I used to do them for my kids when they were little. They liked them. They didn't know it was a race thing. They just enjoyed, Daddy, do the friendly man. You want me to be the friendly man, little girl? We love the friendly man. He loves little white girls, too. Let's have some scrambled eggs. And then they grew up, and I was like, don't talk about the friendly man. Maybe don't talk to your teachers about them.
My kids go to public school in New York City, and all right, send your kids there then. Teach them that's what life is like. The teachers amaze me because I don't know. This is the worst. Here's the worst thing about this country to me is that there's no more noble profession than to be a public school teacher. It's easily. Please don't. You're not gonna like it. You're not gonna like where it's going. I don't recommend clapping at any things. You'll regret it at the end of the thing. In a democracy, there's no more noble contribution you can make than to teach in a public school. And in this country, the people that do that, they're fucking losers. They're just rock bottom fucking losers. And everybody knows it, but they keep doing it. New people are teaching every day, knowing how shitty it is. They show up, they tell them ahead of time, hi, what is this job? And they say, okay, here's what we need you to do. We need you to make children know math. Wow. Do they want to know math? No, they don't want to know it. You need to make them know it against their will while they're exploding sexually and Who are these children? Just whatever kids live near the building. How much do I get paid? About $10 every 4 years. What if I get really good at it? What happens? Nothing. Nothing happens. Nobody notices, and you get fired, and you die alone. Okay, I'll try it for 25 years. My daughter's learning about Greek mythology, and she was asking me questions about it. She was like, Daddy, who's Achilles' mother? I said, I don't fucking know. Don't ask me that shit. I don't know who Achilles' mother is. Don't yell it out if you know it, please. It can't be empathies. Nobody cares what you know. She had a question about Achilles, and it was an interesting question, and I'll tell it to you. But first, the story of Achilles, real quick. Achilles was a baby. He was a Greek baby, and he didn't stay that way. But when he was a Greek baby, his mother, who was a goddess, took him into the river Styx, which is at Hades, the land of the dead, and she dipped him in the water of the river Styx because there was a magical quality to that water that it would make you impervious of any harm. You couldn't be hurt. It was like a shield, right? So she dipped him in that water to protect him. But she held him by the heel. That's the important detail. Held him by the heel, which is an awkward way to hold a baby. By the heel. Try holding a baby by the heel and dipping it in a river. You will never see that baby again.
I lost the baby in the water. I was trying to wash him and he fell in the river. I'm sorry, Mr. Achilles, I lost your baby. You told me to hold him by the heel. He's asleep.
Achilles' mother's a Mexican nanny. It's a lesser-known character in the Iliad. Anyway, his mother, she was able to hold on, of course, because she was a goddess. She was the goddess of grip or whatever, I don't know. And she held on, and then he was protected, except on his heel. His heel was not protected, and so that's what we call your Achilles' heel, your one vulnerable place. Everybody's got their Achilles' heel. Achilles' Achilles' heel was his heel. Like literally. Anyway, so my daughter, here was her question. She said, how come his mother didn't just dip him again? She could have just dipped him one more time with the other leg in there. Did she just like you're like a sign that says one dip per goddess? Did you ever color an Easter egg? It's not that complicated. You dip it, and then you hold it differently and dip it again. smart kid. I was proud of her. But at the same time, I thought, who the fuck are you to judge this woman? It bothered me. Because here's what the story of Achilles teaches me, is that if you're a parent, it's never enough what you do for these motherfuckers. It's just never enough. It's still gonna be your fault. How much more do you want from a mother? She dipped her kid in magic water and protected 99% of his body. Is any of it up to him? He could have just wore a big shoe and be careful. But he goes out in sandals, fucking flip-flops, and a sword and fights the whole planet. I'm Achilles because my mother dipped me. Finally, somebody got him in the heel, and he's like, Mom! Thanks a lot, Mom! Get my heel. She's so stupid, she ruined it. Fuck you, Achilles, you Greek dick.
Thank you. I'm really honored to be here. I'm happy just to be here as a ticket holder, just to watch everything that's happened. The Stiller family, and that was crazy, and Kevin, and the guy that looks like Dick Cheney at the end there. A very nice version of Dick Cheney. He's not a lizard, I don't think, but I think I can just tell you what George is. I'm a comedian, and I do what he did, and he was the first person I knew that I knew what comedy was. Children love to laugh, but most people that make children laugh for a living suck at it. Clowns aren't funny. There doesn't exist a funny clown. If a person was funny, they'd do comedy because you make money doing it. No clowns. There's no HBO clown specials if you make a bunch of money. So clowns suck. And kids just look at them and just go, just please stop trying to make me laugh. There's nothing worse than a person who's not funny trying to be funny, and that's what a clown is. A guy waiting for a bus is funnier than a shit clown at a kid's party. So, but kids need to laugh, so the first time you really laugh means a lot to you. And I remember my first big, like, grown-up feeling laugh, and I saw George Carlin on Saturday Night Live, and he said, what do dogs do on their day off? They can't lay around, that's their job. And something went off, and I just couldn't stop laughing. And the idea was born in my head at that moment. I want to be funny. I want to be a comedian. I didn't know that a grown person could be a comedian. That's an incredible thing to me. And I had other heroes, Richard Pryor, Steve Martin, Bill Cosby, but George was like me. He was an East Coast Catholic. I had something to identify with him. And the first time I remember getting a laugh, I was in fourth grade, and they asked the class, the teacher said, there are 3 bones in the skull. Name one. And I said, the noggin. And I got a big laugh. And I thought, hey, I could do this. I could be like George. So I started doing, right out of high school, started doing stand-up. Didn't go to college, didn't pursue anything else professionally, really. Started doing stand-up. First time I went on stage, I did 1.5 minutes, and I bombed. It was terrible. But I wanted it so badly that I kept trying, and I learned how to write jokes. And I just had jokes, kind of funny thoughts. And about 15 years later, I had been going in a circle that didn't take me anywhere. Nobody gave a shit who I was, and I didn't either. I honestly didn't. I used to hear my act and go, this is shit, and I hate it. But I've been doing this for 15 years, and stopping now is like getting out of prison. Like, what do you do after 15 years of stand-up comedy? How do you re-enter the workforce? So I was in a really bad place. I hated my act. I've been doing the same hour of comedy for 15 years, and it was shit, I promise you. And I was working places like Chinese restaurants, and I'd do a show in a Chinese restaurant where they don't even know there's a show going to happen. They're there to eat, and all of a sudden you'd go, hey, everybody, and people are like, I'm eating. I don't want to be forced to sit in this. So I was doing a Chinese restaurant called the 𝐂𝐊'𝐬 in Boston, in Saugus, Massachusetts. And I was sitting in my car after the show just feeling like, this was all a big mistake. I'm not good enough. And I felt like my jokes were a trap. And I listened to a CD of George talking about comedy and the workshopping it and talking about it seriously. And the thing that blew me away about this fellow was that he just kept putting out specials. Every year there'd be a new George Carlin special, a new George Carlin album. They just kept coming, and each one was deeper than the next. And I just thought, how can he do that? And it made me literally cry that I could never do that. I was telling the same jokes for 15 years. So I'm listening, and they ask him, how do you do all this material? And I'm like, yeah. And I hear him, and he says, well, I just decided every year I'd be working on that year's special. And I'd do the special, and then I'd just chuck out the material. And I'd start again with nothing. And I thought, that's crazy. How do you throw away? It took me 15 years to build this shitty hour. If I throw it away, I got nothing. But he gave me the courage to try, and also I was desperate. What the fuck else was I going to do? This idea that you throw everything away and you start over again. And I thought, well, okay, when you're done telling jokes about airplanes and dogs, and you throw those away, what do you got left? You can only dig deeper. Start talking about your feelings and who you are. And then you do those jokes and they're gone. You got to dig deeper. So then you start thinking about your fears and your nightmares and doing jokes about that. And then they're gone. And then you start going into just weird shit. Yeah, eventually you get to your balls. But there's a whole... It's a process that I watched him do my whole life, and I started to try to do it. And I started to think, because he says whatever he wants. What do I really want to say that I'm afraid to say? And at the time I was a father. I am still a father. But at the time I had started, I didn't take off yet. The jury's out. My oldest is 8. I could still split. So far I'm still there. I was having a lot of hard time being a father. And I wanted to say it on stage. And one night I thought, okay, forget all the old jokes. I'm going to start again. And I thought of the first thing. I said, I can't have sex with my wife, because we have a baby, and our baby's a fucking asshole. It's just what I was feeling, and I said it. And the audience went, whoa! And I thought, oh, I'm somewhere new now. And I said... something like, I never used to get babies in the garbage, but now I understand it. And they did that. And I thought, I'd rather have that than the shit tepid laughter for my 15-year-old jokes. So I started going down this road. And he was always the beacon for me, always, this guy. He always gave me the courage. He says, the line that Kevin quoted, where he said people that abortion rallies are usually anti-abortion rallies, that people you wouldn't want to fuck in the first place. He opened a special with that at Carnegie Hall. He comes out on stage. You have to watch it, and he doesn't milk the crowd for applause. They're applauding, and he goes, they're all going, George, and he goes, yeah. I got to get this out. You ever notice the people anti-abortion rallies are people who want to fuck in the first place? And most comedians would do a good half an hour of really sweet material and couch that joke in but he just had to get it out there. So he set that example for me, and that's the way I've done my act. And since then I've done 3 comedy specials, and I've started down the same road. It's been a massive change for me. I feel every year I've got something to work for. I'm doing exactly what he taught me to do, and on stage I feel a courage to say what I want to say because of this guy. And anyway, a few years ago, I was about to tape my second stand-up special, and he was taping the same night in LA. He taped his last special on the same night that I taped one, and I remember feeling like, this is amazing that I do what this great man does, and that we do it in the same way. And he died, and he kicked me in the balls when he died. It really hurt. And then I remember that, and I don't want to be doing this, I'm sorry, but later I was at a whatever, it doesn't matter, and my phone rang, and it was his daughter, it was Kelly. And I have 2 kids, and they're girls. So I thought, he's got a daughter, and his daughter is calling me. And I know what it means to have a daughter, because I have 2. And she's calling me and asking me to come and say something about what he meant to me. So that was a big moment for me. I'm very proud to do what George did. I know I was supposed to close funny, but I'm not good at doing stuff that isn't my act, so I'm sorry. But he was a great man, and anything that ever happens to me that's good is due to this guy. And I can tell you, because I do what he did, that it was really hard to say the shit that he did, and that it took a lot of courage. It was difficult. So thanks for coming and honoring him, and thanks for having me.
Guys that are like good looking don't have any idea what it's like to live and just know that there's a whole massive section of the female population that you just don't have access to. You're just... I get so sick. When I just gross myself out. I'm always on my back, and that's for her benefit. I just don't want to make a woman see this. It's just not fair. She's so nice to let me her. There's just no way I'm going to put her through that. I always got to have my shirt on, too, because last time I did it without a shirt on, and I was like, I'm like this, and it hangs. It's a mother dog. It's a mother dog's, like, 14 nipple belly. That's what happens if I go like this. It's happening now, you just can't see it. It's a 6-pack for a whole other reason. It just hangs in sections. It actually, in 3 sections with a split in the middle. And it jiggles when I'm too. It's not like it's just there. Last time I let that happen, I looked down and I was like, oh no. And I looked at her and she was looking down. Ew. I never saw her again.
I'd like to be a better person. I would. I'd like to be a better person.
And I think I'm getting worse as a person. Because as you get older, you start finding out, let me give you an example before I rented a car a couple of weeks ago in Los Angeles, had the car for a few days, and then when I went home, I had to drop the car at the rental place. You know, you gotta go to the rental place that's off the airport, give them the car, give them your thing with the mileage, you gotta get on a bus, and then go to your terminal and check in. I was late, and I was worried about missing my flight, so I knew I had no time to do any of that. So I never did this before, I just drove my car right to the terminal, and just left it there. And I got on the plane. And once I was on the plane and I had a little moment, I called Hertz and I said, hey, listen, your car is sitting out in front of Terminal 4 and the keys are in it. So that's where it is. And the guy was like, you can't do that. You have to return it to this location and then and I go, well, I didn't do that already. And now I'm leaving California. So if you want your car, you need to go to that place where it is. And he was like, oh, Jesus, man. All right, we'll get it. And that was the end of it. And I realized I could do this every time. Every time I rent a car, because of course they want you to do all that shit. But if you don't, they still want the car back. They're gonna send a dude. You could drive a car till you don't want it, just get out of it while it's moving and just walk away. Well, I don't feel like being in that car any longer. Just call Hertz, hi, your car is drifting into the intersection of 28th and Broadway. If you're interested, it's now your problem. But see, this is a terrible realization because you should act in a way that if everybody acted that way, things would work out.
You should, because it would be mayhem if everybody was like that. And most people kind of don't care. Most people are very selfish. Most people don't give a shit what happens as long as they get to do their favorite thing. People don't even want to back off from their favorite thing. They won't even do their second favorite thing. Like, you ever seen somebody like they're at an intersection and they want to make a left, but they're in the all the way right lane because they messed up. So now here's the guy. He's in the right lane and there's a lot of cars, like 6th Avenue, like a lot of cars, and he wants to make that left. So what does he do? He just does it anyway. He just goes ahead and he just shoves his car through everybody's life without any... And everybody's beep, honking and outraged, and you always see the guy go, I have to. There's no other possible thing I could do. What else could I do except go up one more block and then go left and take 4 seconds? That's not my favorite way, though. That only meets 99% of my criteria. But I'm selfish. I would like to be a better person because I got kids, and I want to, pass on a better. But sometimes it's not clear what the right thing is to do. Like one time, I threw a candy wrapper on the street, and I didn't do it like yeah. I just take that shit straight. I did it because I was like shaking. I wanted the candy. Anyway, I was with a friend who said to me, "You just littered on the street. Don't you care about the environment?" And I thought about it and I said, you know what? This isn't the environment. This is New York City. This is not the environment. This is where people live. New York City is not the environment. New York City is a giant piece of litter. It's like the giantest, next to Mexico City, the shittiest piece of litter in the world. Just a pussy, runny, smoking, stinking piece of litter. So if you have a piece of litter, what are you supposed to do with it? You should throw it on the pile of litter. Because if you don't, if you put it in a receptacle, then it gets collected, and it gets taken to a dump in a landfill, and then it goes on a boat, and it goes out and gets dumped in the ocean, and some dolphin wears it as a hat on its face for 10 years. This hat that never dissolves on its face. Oh. Jesus. I mean, everything that we introduce to the world is shitty. Meaning white people. Because I really think that white people are from like another planet. Because when we came to America, it was so nice. It was just Indians, and they weren't even Indians. We called them that by accident, and we still call them that. Like we knew in a month that it wasn't Indians, but we just don't give a shit. We never correct it. We came here and they're like, hi, and we're like, hey, you're Indians, right? And they're like, no. No, this is India, right? No, it's not. It's totally other place. You're not Indians? No. Ah, you're Indians. You're Indians for hundreds of years after. We ruined everything here. This was it was just coast to coast, just green and brown and beautiful. And all the humans were just walking around with painted faces, just walking. And they'd be like, ooh, that looks yummy. And then they just eat from the ground. And then they'd sleep on the grass. And they'd wake up and they'd fuck. And then they'd go for a swim and do a little dance. That was the whole continent, was just folks doing that. I mean, there was people in Mexico cutting off kids' heads and rolling them down the pyramid stairs. But that's always going on. What are you gonna, you can't do a whole lot about that. But I think we came from another planet, and the reason is because we don't like it here. I mean, why, if we're from here, if we belong on Earth, why aren't we comfortable on Earth at all? We need nice, smooth surfaces and right angles, and we need it to be cool and not too hot, just a little, that's just perfect. Like, why wouldn't, when it's hot, why wouldn't we just, yeah, fuck it? Why wouldn't we be like that if we belong here? And it's weird because people that aren't, whatever you call there's environmentalists, and then there's people who are whatever, they just hate environmentalists. But that's what people get angry at environmentalists, because they think they're slowing down the economy and creating restrictions. And a lot of these people are Christian. A lot of these people are very devout Christians. And that's such a confusing thing to me, that if you believe that God gave you the earth, that God created the earth for you, why would you not have to look after it? Why would you not think that when he came back, he wouldn't go, what the fuck did you do? I gave this to you, motherfucker. Are you crazy? The polar bears are brown. What did you do to the polar bears? Did you shit all over every polar bear? Who did this? Who spilled this shit? Who spilled this? Come over. Did you fucking spill this? What is that? It's oil. It's just some oil. I didn't mean to spill. Well, why did you take it out of the fucking ground? Because I wanted to go faster. I'm not fast enough. And I was cold. What the fuck do you mean cold? I gave you everything you needed, you piece of shit. Well, because jobs. What is a job? Explain to me, what's a fucking job? You work at a place, and when people call when their game doesn't work, and you help them figure it out. What do you do that for? For money. What do you need money for? Food. Just eat the shit on the floor. I left shit all over the floor. Fucking corn and wheat and shit. Grab it up, make some bread. What are you doing? Yeah, but it doesn't have like bacon around it, and like I like when it has like bacon on it and
I don't know.
No, it was really smart.
Like, no, you need a lot more shit in there.
See, I would have put Louis with a bunch of redheaded guys and then had him put his hands up like, what the heck?
What am I going to do? What am I going to do?
Yeah, guess I'm just one of these kinds of guys.
Hey, that's a good idea. Can I steal that? I'm going to use that in promo on my next show. That's brilliant.
Yeah, but you can't not look at it. All that white and just you at the bottom. And I first saw it on a bus and I was like, that is fucking great, man.
Yeah.
I just hope the special doesn't suck.
No, well, come on.
I'll find out on Saturday.
I'm sure it's good. I saw a moment of it.
Well, but that's what everybody said about every shitty special ever.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure it's great.
It's got to be good.
It could easily suck. It's totally possible that it sucks.
Well, managers or friends have never said that about a special. Like, I shot a special. Yeah, it's probably shitty. Your friends
probably stinks.
Jimmy just filmed his in Boston. We went up there for that.
How did it go?
It went really well.
Somerville Theater?
Yep. You actually made me feel better because I was so panicky about the fucking lack of smoke. And I asked Louis, because that's what they do to get, like, lighting a certain way. And I'm like, dude, I can't use smoke. And he's like, well, I've never used it. It's so much
Never used it once.
And that actually is the only thing that made me feel better. I meant to write you and tell you that. The only thing that made me feel better about it was him saying...
Well, that's because the people that are into the photography of those things, they fill the room with smoke so that it has more atmosphere, and it's a giant waste of money. It's stupid.
And you don't... The look it gives doesn't mean anything.
Doesn't mean anything. I never did it. I've done 5 of these now. Never did it.
Well, Nicolas Cage gave you some advice, too, about the smoke, didn't he?
No. I don't know that part of our business. He just blew me off completely.
He was on a plane sitting
right next to Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
Trying.
And you asked him if you should use a smoke machine?
Yes.
I was just saying. Here's what that was.
Louis fucking laughing his balls off of Jimmy's dumb question.
Believe me, I would have had more respect for myself if I asked Muhammad Atta that on a flight.
You got to give him the short. You got to give him the short version of the whole story because it's amazing.
I know it. I already know it.
Oh, you do?
Okay. Hey, I'm a big fan. Thank you. No, you're really great. Yeah, thanks. It's nice.
Okay.
I'm a comic. I don't know. Yeah, no, I guess so. Yeah, I think I kind of know who you are. Yeah, listen, can I ask you a question? Well, yeah, I guess so. And then he finally has to take off the headphones, Nicolas Cage, and face you. Now he has to take off the headphones and face you. Yeah, okay, go ahead. I'm doing a stand-up special. I'm not sure what that is, but go ahead. Should I use a smoke machine? I don't know why you're. It's not. I'm an actor.
Louis was on the plane.
I don't know why you would ask me.
No,
that.
Louis just made Nicolas Cage like me a lot more than he actually did. I wish that was the story. He actually would have acknowledged me.
Wow.
It was just humiliating.
Why did you ask me?
Why? Because I'm a small man trying to make a connection with a movie
He
star.
was trying his best to get into a conversation. And before he said anything, and there were like 3 or 4 or maybe even 5 attempts at this conversation cross country. And before each attempt, Jimmy would play out the scenario, and it would always end with Nicolas Cage going, "Yeah, here's my number. Get in touch with me."
Yeah.
And it always ended with just, "Huh? Huh?"
It was a fucking 5-hour humiliation / validation of what I already know. It was truly.
And you're just trying to get a picture, and you didn't get the picture.
No, I got an autograph, but
he finally gave him an autograph.
But you shot in the. I saw a clip on HBO shows like what's coming up, and they it looked amazing because you shot it in the round in this Celebrity Theater. In Phoenix.
The Phoenix.
You went in the round.
Yeah, Carlin shot a special in there in '77.
Oh yeah,
and it's beautiful, and the room is exactly the same. It's never changed.
Really?
Yeah. So it was about 2,800 seats or something, which is just what I've been doing.
Right.
And also, I'm just sick of this same thing of like, there's the guy with the curtain or whatever fake set, and then you kind of come around awkwardly behind him and you see the crowd in the distance. And I don't like lighting the crowd. So this way they're just all around you. And the crowd is a backdrop. Like everywhere you see people fuzzy in the background, just a fuzzy kind of. Looks like a cartoon when they show an audience in a cartoon. It's just smudgy.
Fuzzy colors.
But how did you feel on stage in the round? Isn't it?
I loved it. I did.
Is it vulnerable though a little bit, or
it's just totally different? I did it. In Hyannis, they have that melody tent.
Right.
I've done the round a few times a year for the last few years.
To it, I guess.
And then it's totally different. It's a thing where the audience, you're always facing somebody, and you walk in a circle. It's more natural in life to make spirals and circles than straight lines.
Yeah.
So if you just give into it that way, it's really cool.
I've only done it a couple times, and it takes a little getting used to, though, because you always worry, I've been facing my back too long. Did you start thinking that way, or no?
Well, yes, that does. A clock starts ticking. As soon as you stop moving, you feel this heat burning behind you. It's like being a rotisserie chicken, and you stop the rotisserie.
But
like
the
you
stage
start
is
burning.
moving, right? Is rotating?
No. Some places do that, but on the show that would have looked retarded.
Oh, yeah. No.
Radio City.
But,
not Radio City. Fucking Westbury.
Westbury does
Westbury
that.
does
I saw
that.
Bob Saget in the round and the stage, and Dice, and the stage slowly moves. Yeah, you can't film that.
No, you can't. And the thing I learned, because I did a show in Sacramento the same week that they have a round theater there. I did that just to get used to it. There's a few things like when you're on stage. In a regular stage, you want to come up to the audience, to the lip of the stage. But in the round, the closer you get to the lip of the stage, you're eliminating more and more people. If you're standing on the lip of a stage looking out at the audience,
that's true.
You're looking at maybe 20% of the audience, and 80% of them are now behind you. Wow. So the only place to be is either on the back, like standing on the lip of the stage with your back to the, you know what I mean?
Right.
But you're actually facing more people.
That would make sense. Yeah, you're on the lip of the stage. Now, if you turn around and face the center of the spindle,
yes,
now you got the whole audience there, except for, who's right behind you.
There was a guy, when I did the show in Sacramento, that theater does, they do theater, they do, plays in the round. And the guy who runs the theater said to me, the 2 power spots are the center of the stage, and you're back to an alley, to an entrance alley. So I figured that, but then the whole other thing is the cameras, because if you keep moving, which is your instinct, you're not getting any cameras as shot at looking at you for very long. But I had 8 cameras all placed around like a gun turret kind of, and you just keep moving around.
Interlocking fields of fire.
Yeah,
that's what you need.
It's a triangulation of fire. Was it easier or harder to edit like that?
It was weirdly easier because there was always a camera that I was looking at full on, and I could cut constantly without noticing.
Right.
It's like a rotary engine, like a Mazda rotary engines.
Yeah. Very cool.
The spark plugs catch the cylinder as it goes by. So
I saw Pryor in when he was like 1995 in Westbury, and he was in the round.
Was he spinning?
Yeah, because he was so slow, he couldn't.
Really fast.
Yeah,
That's what they should do. Spin it to the point where the comic is literally hanging on.
Yeah.
And screaming.
For fear of flying off
No,
into the
they
audience.
put a plastic piece of clear plastic, and he was like a subterfuge against the fucking.
Yeah.
Did I say that right? I hope so. But
centrifuge.
Yeah, I meant that. Yeah, subterfuge. It was like underhanded.
Yeah.
Cunt I am. So Nicolas Cage, did I use the right word? Huh? But he had cards on the floor. It was kind of hard to see because he couldn't remember. So he had all these cards. And he was kind of spinning slowly. It was really sad to see in the fucking.
What year was that?
95, 96.
Yeah,
maybe earlier. 94.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Subterfuge.
Drugs.
What about the old TV show there, Louis?
Yeah.
When
Come back in.
That's what I do. I just look at women. I just, like they're, cakes and windows. I just, I was walking in New York once, and there's these two very cute women walking behind me, and I was trying to walk slowly so I could hear what they were saying to each other, because they were cute. So I wanted to hear them, like that's gonna help me in any way to hear them. Don't you wish the guy walking in front of us would squeeze our tits for like 1 second? Okay. It's really a flaw in men that we would all do that. If you're a woman, you could ask any guy on planet Earth, can you squeeze my tit for 1 second? And 100% of us will go, oh yes, of course. That doesn't matter. I could be doing open heart surgery. Oh yeah, okay. Oh, don't worry, he's not your tits, don't worry about it. I don't know why we love tits so much. Some people say it's because we breastfeed, but so do women. Or, baby women. Not grown-up women don't usually. You don't see like a 68-year-old woman, like a stately look, like Sigourney Weaver, like sucking milk out of a young woman's tit. Thank you, Deborah. I'll see you tomorrow at 2 o'clock. It's not usually the thing, is the elderly breastfeeding from the young. Except for at the end of The Grapes of Wrath, which I don't mean to ruin that book for you, but you should have read it by now. I don't know if you read The Grapes of Wrath, but that's how it ends, with an old dying man sucking milk out of a young girl's tit. And then the book is over. And you're like, Jesus, what happened at the end there? That's crazy. There's no other book in that genre. There's no dense, historic classic that ends with a weird, porny paragraph at the very... And then Anna Karenina shat on his chest. Holy moly with that! The end. Oh my God! That is a violent shift in tone at the end of that book. I've been reading this book for 3 months. But we do, we love tits.
A few days ago, I was leaving a restaurant with my youngest daughter, and I was holding her hand, and I was texting with this hand. Yeah, I'm that guy. A woman walked by and she gave me a dirty look like, you should pay more attention to your kid. Okay, guilty. But I have something to say to that woman. This is why I'm able to spend time with my kids when I should be at work. It was noon on a Thursday, okay? I had a crazy amount of work to do. But my kid graduated from preschool that day, and I wanted to take her to lunch. It was a great lunch. We sat at the same side of the table the way she likes. We shared a chicken cutlet. I ate some of her chicken cutlet. We looked at her drawings. She told me many stories about the chinchilla in the classroom. And so now I'm texting and you walk by, bad father. What do you know? Okay, I'm being defensive. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have been texting. When my kids were younger, I used to avoid them. I used to sit on the toilet till my legs fell asleep. You want to know why your father spends so long in the toilet? Because he's not sure he wants to be a father. I felt like being a dad was taking away everything I wanted to be. And I was right. But so what? What's so great about our lives? What the hell is an adult without kids? What's the point? So I got off the toilet, I flushed down my personal dreams, and I decided I'm going to be a dad. I'm not going to be mom's assistant. That's depressing. Don't do that if you're a dad. Just wait for her to write you a list, walk around the store staring at it, call her from the cereal aisle to make sure she got the right thing. Be a man. Make your own list. Fathers have skills that they never use at home. You run a landscaping business and you can't dress and feed a 4-year-old. Take it on. Spend time with your kids and have your own ideas about what they need. Get into it. It won't take away your manhood. It'll give it to you. I did that. I spent more time with my kids. I took it on. Found out that I'm a pretty bad father. I make a lot of mistakes. I don't know what I'm doing. But my kids love me. Go figure.
All right. Hey, moving on. Louis's got a couple daughters there. He's an incredible father.
Oh.
And, you know, you don't like people to know that?
What? No, I was just an incredible father. No, thank you.
You really are.
Throwing back by
what he's saying is you're not a credible father.
You're incredible. I'll tell you why I know that you're an incredible father.
Why?
Because in the middle of doing some great radio with us, you'll stop everything and make 1 million people wait so you can answer your daughter's question in the background.
Sure.
And this happened on many occasions. Instead of saying, shut up, Daddy's killing, I'll get to you in a minute.
Sure.
You stop the whole process to make sure she's okay.
Yeah, because she doesn't care. I'm on the radio.
Right.
No. She needs to know if... The other day, I was walking with my daughter, the 6-year-old, and we had just come from this school picnic she had, and we were there with her sister and her mom, who I'm now divorced from. But we were all there together. Aww. And then we're walking away, and she stopped and looked kind of somber and said, Daddy, can I ask you a question? And I thought, oh, wow, this is going to be heavy.
Heavy stuff.
Like, she's deep in thought. She looks really serious.
Yeah.
And I actually got on a knee, and I said, of course you can ask me a question. And she said, how many seconds in an hour? And I said, oh, well, honey, your mother doesn't love you.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Now you say you're divorced. It's all
No, we're separated.
You're going through the thing.
I just like saying divorced. It feels good. I mean, we just haven't done it.
Get used to it. Yeah.
We haven't set a date yet. But,
looking forward to it.
It is exactly the same as getting married on the other end.
It's on the tail end of it. Yeah.
Like when you're getting married, when you truly love each other, you're like, well, we'll have the wedding at some point. Like we don't really care. We're like engaged couples that kind of don't get around to it for a while.
Mm-hmm.
It's say, oh no, I mean, we hate each other, but at some point we'll put it on paper. We're going to have a small divorce. Just go to City Hall.
Yeah.
Just the two of us.
Don't want a lot of people being involved.
Yeah.
Do you think this is going to be a messy divorce?
No, I don't think, because we're doing it together. And anybody who's the only reason I say this on the air, because I think it's important, if you get divorced with kids, you should do it with a mediator. If you get two lawyers, the lawyers want you to fight to the maximum level.
Of course they do.
So they'll tell you.
That's smart.
Because there's nothing in it for the lawyers if it's solved right away.
No.
The longer it goes, they get their
it's the worst
piece of the action.
It's the worst possible way, because when you have kids, if you're divorced and you have kids, you're still combined you're still a family.
Yeah, you have now this permanent attachment to this woman
forever,
no matter what.
Forever. She will always be the third most important person in my life, even if I get remarried.
I am so glad I didn't have kids.
Yeah, no,
I am so glad I never have to. I just ship off checks, and even that will end.
Yeah, and if we had two lawyers, they would both tell us the most contentious version of our rights, so that we would fight each other, and then and also it's.
Wait, Lou, how does a mediator get paid? How do you guys pay a mediator as opposed to a lawyer getting a percentage? How does a mediator?
We pay him per the hour. We go every week to this guy. And we
together?
Yeah.
And how is that?
And they kind of divvy stuff up.
Well, and we talk about our schedule with the kids. There's a lot of there's an ongoing process of raising the kids.
But are you looking at each other like I hate you, or is it like very?
Well, I don't. There's times in mediation I don't hate her, and actually we've grown to be pretty. We get along better now for sure. I don't hate her. Never have. But when I'm in mediation, I mostly talk to him. Like I've actually gone through whole sessions where I don't She could have been wearing a Nixon mask, and I wouldn't have known.
Yeah.
I'd be sitting there. I would have never gone, whoa, hey, that's weird. Why'd you do that? But,
yeah, lawyers will just rip you to pieces, really make you hate the other person.
Yeah, and also it doesn't make sense financially because there's a bunch of things that, there's going to be some formula of how much am I paying in child support and how much am I paying in alimony and how much of it is this enhanced earnings thing.
Oh.
And those three are different tax rates and stuff, so it's better for the family in general if I boost, I don't know which one is less taxes.
Yeah.
But if it was lawyers, they would just try to get these maximum amounts for her, and it wouldn't make sense. You know what I mean? So we can actually, we all got to live together. So we're doing it with this guy, and we make all the agreements for the divorce together, but then it's written as a contract and it's binding by law.
My divorce trial lasted.
A court, we can force each other to do it. Once we've agreed to it, it's exactly like a divorce settlement. It's the same thing, but we just did it jointly.
Is the mediator a lawyer?
He's he's a guy who's just part therapist, part lawyer, part a bunch of things. He just knows everything.
Jack of all trades, master of none.
Right.
More people are doing it your way too. They're seeing
the only way
this
to
is
do
the
it.
way to go.
It's the only way
Anthony,
to do it.
My actual divorce trial lasted probably 20 minutes before I just sat down. I was in the stand, and I'm being questioned, and I just said, no, stop this. I'm going to settle.
Right.
I'm just going to walk into a room with the ex, sit her down, no lawyer in there, no nothing, and go, okay,
what do you want?
We got to settle this because I can't go through this.
It's awful.
It's horrid. And you do wind up really legitimately hating the person.
Oh, definitely. No, it's the worst thing in the world. Because you couldn't possibly feel more anger towards anybody than an ex-spouse.
No.
There's nobody you could that is the worst person on the planet.
And being filtered through a lawyer.
Oh, yeah.
Like that.
And no one can take more from you than someone who you were supposed to share everything with the rest of your life.
Oh.
who now you're not going to.
I was driving home so many times where I was just... it was all consuming. Where I'd be driving home with anger.
Yeah.
Just anger and just wishing awful, horrible things.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
No, it is terrible. And the guy told us, the mediator's helped me a lot. In one sense, he's given me perspective on the thing. Cause one time we were talking about some issue and I'm telling him really I feel like I'm saying something really dramatic right now. This is something I'm opening up and saying that I haven't said in 15 years with her. And he has, I'm going to really make him understand this. And as I'm saying this really big stuff, I realize that he's sort of staring at my eyes and then my nose and then he's drifting. Yeah. And then all of a sudden he goes, like he's just surprised all of a sudden to be in the room. Because he was falling asleep. And I'm looking at him, he's looking at me really intently. And then all of a sudden he goes, what? And I realized that he's been falling asleep while I'm talking. Because I'm boring. And we're boring. The whole thing is boring and common and
he's
stupid.
Heard it all.
He's heard it all. He's seen it all.
Yeah. And also, who cares? I think it's this big thing I'm going through. Who cares?
Yeah.
Just another couple breaking up. Shut up.
That's what that's the same thing I thought about the trial. I'm thinking, I'm talking to my lawyer and I'm going, I got this. I was thinking about this all night. What if this and strategy? And it's no. You don't seem to understand. This is a formula thing.
No.
This is a math problem. This has nothing to do with you. No one's going to barge into the courtroom and say, Your Honor, I have evidence that's going to. It's this and this, and they take a little slide rule, and they do that, and that's what happens.
No, it's just America taking another dump in the love statistics.
Yeah, that's it. You're a stat. Congrats. Congrats, statistic.
High statistic. How are you? High 70%.
Yeah.
Is it up to 70 now?
I think it's about that.
We really got to hit that 100% mark where nothing ever works out.
I remember when it was 50 or 60. Now they're saying
I think
70?
I might be saying that.
Wow. The divorce rate?
I might be making it up. Don't get excited.
Wow.
That's pretty high.
She's still saying wow. I'm admitting
it doesn't matter. You said it. Now it's out there. You just threw it through this microphone. It went out the airwaves, and now it's fact.
Find that stat there, Stone Brain.
This is what my ex-wife. How nice does that sound? That's what it was like with her. That she'd get mad at me because she'd assume I did something.
Yeah.
She'd go you didn't call the pediatrician, did you? Like, she would never ask me, hey, did you call the pediatrician? She goes, you didn't call him, did you?
Didn't call, did
And then
you?
I'd go, yeah, I called him. I went, he gave me a script. I went and got him, and the kid's on this stuff already, and we're set to go. And she'd go, oh, okay, because I thought, you know what? I thought you're not going to do it, and I have to do everything. And she'd yell at me anyway.
Like, wait, no, I did it.
But I did do it. Yeah, but you never do, though.
But I did, though.
But I did, though. So
Yeah.
you can't. But you're still so that's what this guy does. That's what Mayor Menino does.
I would make a conscious effort to do certain things that I was told I didn't do. Like, I didn't do enough of, or didn't do. So you make this conscious effort to do it.
Right.
And then, if you slip up once, everything you did when you were doing it is negated, and all of a sudden it goes right back to, you never do this.
No, that's exactly right. That's when you realize you're not storing equity with anybody.
No, you're not.
And you're not, that means you can't repair a situation. That means that somebody's mad at you because they're miserable. That's when you realize it's got nothing to do with you.
Then it's time to leave.
It does, yeah.
It's just gotta
time
go.
to go. When you get to that point where like, I'm actually changing and repairing some of my faults, but they still exist in this person's brain.
Yeah.
Because they didn't exist in the reality to begin with.
Yeah, I'm really like,
I'm actually a much better person than they
trying to do something. It's like, okay, all right, not attentive enough for some certain thing. So you become very attentive of this thing, make up for it and stuff. And then the one day you screw up, you fall off the wagon of being attentive.
Yeah.
You are never attentive.
No, that's exactly
No, but do a Vulcan mind meld on me. You'll read that I was actually consciously trying.
Yep.
No, you never.
No, you never have. You never do.
That's too much pressure.
Time to leave.
Too much pressure. No, one big component of contention we had was anytime I would go to work, I was leaving her with the kids. Like anytime I would go to work, by the way, to pay bills,
to get stuff,
stuff that food, so people wouldn't die.
Die.
Can you give me a break? I'm actually going to work.
Yeah,
So,
I'm going to work so that you have water and you don't have kidney failure and die and get all bloated and purple.
And that was the problem, going to work?
But anyway, so sometimes I would go, like, I would actually say, like, you know what, I'm not going to take any extra gigs or run out, and I'm going to just, like, stay home for, like, a week, go do the shopping and bring both kids with me to do the shopping, like, do everything I can for this X amount of days to totally take the pressure off of her. And then, like, after a huge amount of time of doing that, I'd go, okay, I'm going to run out and do a show. And what am I supposed to do? She goes, what am I supposed to do? You're leaving me here? I'm like, wow.
No equity.
None at all. It's like you have a bank account where you put in money all the time, you go back and they go, no, you're not, nothing.
There's nothing in there.
You have negative $10. I was here 2 days ago, I made a $100,000 deposit. No, you didn't, jerk.
No, nothing.
You never do that. Like if the bank could be moody.
That would be them.
Take your money.
No, you never put money in this account.
Didn't. No, I really.
No, but I did. I put a lot in recently. Well, the past week I didn't put any in. Yeah. But I've been putting it. No, you never did.
You never did. But I have footage of me putting. Oh, you with your footage. Ugh.
Well, you're out of that.
Ugh.
You're out of it.
I love it. Ugh.
Can I ask you a question? What's one of, maybe you can't think of the most, because what's one of the angriest you ever were at your spouse?
Boy, that's really hard to say.
We're one of them. I know that there's probably not one like
No, it's like the Woody Allen's joke about my parents only hit me once. They began beating me in 1947 and then finished in 1962 or something like that.
You can't really pick out that special moment.
Whatever, Don Gavin in Boston who said I tried coke once for 15 years or whatever. It's like that. It's like it wasn't me being angry at her. It was just a miserable 15-year misunderstanding.
But I mean, what one would you like?
15 years of just slip-up miscommunication.
Yeah, there doesn't ever seem to be this defining one, wow, that was a real bad one. It's just this underlying miserable.
Here's what it was
You're
like.
stuck.
Yeah, here's what it was. It's just every day. It was like, okay, Anthony, say you were just something really exciting happened for you. Like you just got your own TV show.
Hey, yeah.
Pretty good news.
All right, let's just say.
So you come home to bring this news home.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So just start, like, because you're excited.
Yeah.
You just start saying, I just got called by HBO, and this is what's going to happen, and okay, and I'm your wife reacting to this.
Uh-huh.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
Honey, you're not going to believe this. HBO called. I got the show. This is going to be fantastic. I'm going to be, have a show that this is going to...
You're actually hurting my ears because you talk quieter. You're actually hurting me. You're just talking really loud. Could you just talk softer?
You want a little softer?
Yes, yeah. So could you talk softer?
Well, HBO called, and they picked up the show.
I don't know what what does that mean? You always assume I know everything about what does that mean.
Are you kidding? Are you kidding?
Oh, God. And then eventually you go,
forget it.
Forget it. What do you mean forget? No, don't start saying I don't appreciate what you do. Don't go there. Look, I'm going to go outside. And then you go outside, and you go around the corner of the house, you smoke a cigarette, and you stand there going, what and you tell the dog. I used to tell my dog good news.
And the dog would be excited for you.
The dog was
his tail's wagging.
Whapping her tail on the floor.
You just knew the dog was excited for you.
He's listening as you lob like on the peanut butter.
Yeah, exactly.
Slather it on.
All right, now go to work.
I suck.
Oh, that is horrible.
Let's go to Max in Dallas. Max, you're on the Opie and Anthony show.
Yeah, what's going on, guys?
Hey.
Man, I love Louis C.K. He is my favorite comic. Dude, you are a funny bastard.
Thank you.
But I had a question for you. Did your soon-to-be ex ever play that, I call it the psychic game with you? You come in, and she doesn't say nothing to you, and you look at her, and you go, what's wrong? And she goes, you know what she did.
Psychic game.
I don't know what I did.
Why'd you tell me what I did?
Yeah, and then I always used to say, well, you know what? Whatever it is I did, I hope I do it again 10 more times just to piss you off.
It sounds like you might be part of the problem, sir.
Yeah, perhaps.
What can I say?
I don't know. This is all softball stuff to me. This is all the usual. This is all that's surmountable.
Yeah,
that's dealable withable.
Well, let's go to Brooklyn. Tony's got something. Tony, what do you got?
Louis C.K., you get the props of the day because you are right on the money. There is no equity bank for your feelings, and whatever you think you're going to do right, you're never going to be right. You are the man, buddy.
Thank you, pal.
All right.
Punch it out.
Hey, we got to go.
The thing I started doing is just always bring the kid with you. Always, I'll take him, and then the mom is like, fuck, great. Because your kid is great company. They're great. They're really fun to be with. If you go out, I used to love going out shopping for 50 things as long as I had my daughter with me. She's just somebody to talk to.
Right. And you see the world through their eyes.
Yeah, you get to
all sorts
show
of
your
shit.
kid like I used to go to the supermarket, which I used to hate doing. But I'm like, I take a watermelon off the shelf and put it in her lap. Look at this. It's a fucking watermelon. You never seen one of those before, have you? And she's got this green. She's never seen I handed her first watermelon and watched her look at it and go, Jesus.
That's amazing.
And she just held it in her lap.
I
always
see Travis
gave her
laughing his
access-
ass off, too, because Travis is a new dad. We're relatively new, 2-year-old.
2-year-old. Yeah, that's right.
So
Well,
I
you
see
give-
Travis gets this, too.
I always gave my daughter access to the real world. I don't believe in, like, toys are shit. Toys are, like, fake things.
So,
you
but
give
a
kid
watermelon
fucking-
is like, holy shit, that's a watermelon.
Or just give her your computer. Just here, take this. Just give her fucking movie cameras and shit to just hold. And,
see, whenever I see
fondle.
kids doing that, all I can think of is they're going to break it.
They
They're going
might
to fuck it up.
They might. I might break it.
I think
I don't
that's
care.
true.
I don't take care of my shit anyway.
following your logic, like
Yeah,
you don't have a connection to the kids, so it's hard to explain.
Right.
Like you just see like other people's kids, and you're
Yes.
like, why would you do that? But
Yeah.
as soon as your son is born, your life changes fucking instantly.
Yeah.
And
So-
it's hard to explain to anyone. And then maybe some of the stuff you miss, like we used to go down to the Caribbean every year. This year we didn't go.
Yeah.
I miss it, yes, but like Louis says, it's sort of pushed down though. I'm not craving it like fuck. I can't believe we didn't go this year. It's okay. Yeah, and it's just okay.
See, that was my point. Like, that's okay.
Yeah, but we're going to go next year, and I'm going to bring the kid, and I know we're going to have a great time.
Everything they do that fucks with you is positive in the end. Like my kids, when they'd wake me up at 6, I went to sleep at 3 because I'm a night person.
Well,
they wake me up, and the feeling in my brain would hurt a lot. Like, I don't want to fucking be up right now.
Yeah.
But within 10 minutes, we're talking. I'm talking to them. And they're in the morning. They got a good attitude in the morning. I've got one eye open, and I'm going, yeah, what? Daddy, I had a dream. Okay, what? And I'm just listening to it, and then I'm like, "Wow, you had that dream? That is, then you're getting into conversation with your kid, and they're nice to you, I mean, some people have a contrary relationship with their kids, and they are always, Dad, like those kind of kids.
Yeah.
Fucking, I would tap right out of that life. I'd fucking dye my hair and get the fuck out. I wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah.
Both of my girls and I have really good and the little one and I, we fight sometimes and it's contentious, but never feels like a bad. Fun.
Yeah.
It's also when your kid is being an asshole, it feels good to know you're there to correct it and to say, nah, you're not. Like when I lock horns with my daughter, she wants something and I'm not going to give it to her and she's crying, I feel great.
Really?
Yeah. I feel great that I'm there showing her, you don't get to have it.
And
why? There's not a good reason. You just don't.
You just don't, because I said so.
You just don't.
And there's no embarrassment in public places with temper tantrums and
couldn't
stuff.
Care less. No,
you couldn't care less.
Yeah, I don't think I'm
shut
going to
the world out
either.
You don't care
because I hate that. I look around and when kids are being like loud and stuff, I don't mind. I do mind all the time. But there are certain places I understand. Like, all right, I'm in a mall. There's a kid, he doesn't want to be here. He's going to be yelling and screaming. I could get away from the situation. But there are other places, movie theaters, things where I'm like, shut that fucking kid up or take him the fuck out of the movie. You're missing the movie. Take your kid out, pick him up, go out to the lobby and fix that problem.
But if the kid is the same, I mean, the kid, I always, though, also remember that your kid is a citizen of the country, too. Your kid has rights. Like, I go crazy when people, like, fucking knee my kid in the face because they're not looking.
Holy shit!
They don't give. A lot of people don't give a shit, and it's like my kid has fucking rights. So to me, it's like the kid who's yelling in a movie theater is no different than the fucking dirty Hispanics you were talking about. It's the same thing. They're just being loud assholes. The kid is. Yeah.
Don't you think you could avoid some of that stuff by raising them properly, though? I know you're not going to be perfect, but
I don't
think my kid's going to be acting up in.
No, my kids wouldn't do that. Yeah. You can tell when you look at the parent that they're weak.
Yes,
and that they don't do it at home. They don't try. They get underwater with it.
They're allowing too much.
Yeah,
I don't. Not too much.
No, my kids don't. They don't make a scene. They generally don't.
Yeah,
and if they and also the other thing is people get too bent on getting through their day the way they planned it. So when your kid explodes and you're trying to push through the day, I cancel everything.
Yeah.
If we're getting into a hairy thing with one of the kids, I just put everything down on the sidewalk and sit on the sidewalk and go, "We're not going now."
See, you have this.
Let's talk about this. That's because I don't have. That's because I'm not married.
Yeah.
I get to do that.
Wow.
If you're married, you got to fucking plan everything. This is again, if you're getting along. This isn't a bad marriage,
right?
You have to plan everything. You have to agree on every fucking detail of how something's going to go down, and you have to stick to your plans. That's a nightmare. I took my kids camping a couple weeks ago, and the reason it worked is because I was able to do it myself, and I had the power to pull the plug on the whole thing.
You did your way.
Yeah, I said let's just get in the car and just go south, and I went to a sporting goods store with the girls, and I'm buying a tent and sleeping bags, and they're like, "Are we going camping?" I was like, "We might." I said, "I don't know yet. I haven't decided if this is going to happen. We're going to buy these things. We may or may not use them." So we put all this shit in the trunk, the camping stuff, and we drove. In my head, I was like, I didn't have a place to stop. I didn't use a map. I just fucking drove down the Jersey Shore, and we saw a hotel. So let's stay there tonight. Stayed in a hotel. Next day, I always had the option to just run back home.
It's like you're on the lam.
Yeah, exactly. Found a ferry that goes to Delaware from New Jersey in Cape May. and this beautiful ferry boat. Just found it, went to Cape May.
I'm all about that.
Oh, and
I don't like a plan.
It was so
I just want to jump in the car and go sometimes.
And the kids don't know, and they don't give a shit. And then there's a state park. I see a sign for a state park, and I go, "Hey, do you want to go camping and sleep in a tent tonight?" And they're like, "Yeah." And so I pull over. But again, as I'm putting them, I never looked at the instructions for the tent. I opened the tent at the campsite.
Yeah.
And as I start building it in my head, I'm like, if this gets gnarly, there's a fucking hotel 10 minutes from here.
We'll
just go to the hotel.
Kept it
safe. But we did it. We spent the night in the middle of the wilderness.
Yeah.
A 6 and a 9-year-old. And there's a well with a pump, and they were cleaning and we made dinner. It was fucking amazing. It was one of the greatest nights I ever spent on earth.
It's the best way to do things. I was recently in Philly for a birthday party. And we had to go all the way up to Rochester to hang out, at Brother Weeze's place. He has a cottage on the bay. So we're leaving, and my wife goes, "Where are we staying tonight?" And we were leaving at 8:30 at night. I go, "I don't know yet, but I'll figure it out." And to me, that was really exciting.
Yeah.
I know there's a million motels out there. We're not going to sleep in our car.
No.
But I don't know where we're sleeping yet.
No.
I don't know how many hours I want to drive. We might drive all the way.
Yep.
I might get a cup of coffee and just make it all the way to Rochester. Or we might stop in an hour because I'm like, fuck this, or maybe 3 hours. And it's freeing.
See, that
It is. It's great. I mean, that's what with my girls, I called it a road trip. We just said, we're on the road. We're not going. Where are we going? I don't know.
Yeah. No real
we just went on a road trip. And because they're not fucking nosy grown-ups.
They don't have to know.
Well, how far is it? Where are we going? Can you just find out? Can you call? They're just in the back seat reading and having a good time. And then once in a while I'd stop and go, "Get out here. What is this? It's a national preserve. Look at the birds." They're like, "Wow." And then we're camping. We fucking camp. We wake up, we break camp. And then next thing you know, they're in Washington, D.C. They had no idea how close they were. I'm like, this is the nation's capital. Look at Abraham Lincoln. They're like, "Oh, my God." And I wrote my manager right before I left because I thought I might be in D.C. to say, "Do you know anybody at the White House?" It's like, do I have any connection to the White House? But they didn't know this. If I had a wife, I think I might be able to. Do you really know anybody? Did you get us the thing at the White House? But that morning I woke up, the morning we got to D.C., and they said, "We got you a tour with one of Obama's speechwriters has a fucking he wants to get into comedy."
Oh, shit. So you had to listen to his joke?
So I just take my daughters to the White House. They have no idea. Just come on. Just come over here. And we go up to the gate, and I tell my name, and they open the gate to the fucking White House. And we walked in and had a personal tour by this dude.
And looking at it from a kid's perspective, that's way better. It's
a great day.
Because they have no idea what's going to happen.
But they also don't have an idea that is an amazing dad right there.
Oh, yeah.
That is like
I went to the White House.
Super dad just took him camping, White House, friggin' a hand pump.
Yeah.
That's great shit.
It was insane.
And that's not like, oh, fuck, all right, let's go,
But anyway,
let's go to the mall, buy some shoes.
Exactly. What Louis teaching you, it's not like everything has to be planned and stuff. You could just go with it, even though, like in my case, it's a 14-month-old. You would think maybe we should have a planned fucking
And that's the thing I
setup.
always thought, like, okay, and from hearing, spontaneity, like, disappears when you have kids.
Well, I'm
but
sure
you
a little
just,
bit.
like, that,
If you're on your own,
is the ultimate in
you
spontaneity.
can do it, and they don't know how. I mean, I'm sort of looking ahead a day, and I'm looking at possibilities. I'm using my iPhone and finding shit.
Sure.
But if the White House thing had fallen through, they never would have known it was even on tap.
Yeah, right. No disappointment.
No, you just okay, we got this. Come on over here.
Yeah,
let's do this.
You could have gone to the park across the street and look at homeless people, and that would have been cool too.
And then at the end of the whole trip, we had to drive home. So it was like 4 or 5 hour drive.
Yeah,
and I told them, "You're going to pay for the trip now. It's 5 hours driving through fucking New Jersey. It's not going to be in Delaware."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah,
but
that's payment.
Yeah, it's worth it.
It's
worth it.
I was changing my daughter the other day, and she's too old for diapers now, but she's still in them, and it's bad because this kid does not poop. This kid craps. This is not okay anymore. I was changing her diaper the other day. It was like a 48-year-old alcoholic man's shit in her diaper. Like, she was out all night drinking Jaeger, and she went to Denny's and got a Grand Slam. Ate half of it, got in a fight in a parking lot. And passed out in a Pontiac and shit herself. And her friends drove her home with the windows open and dumped her on my lawn. And now I gotta clean it. And it's crazy. And you can't even react. You can't go like, what the fuck? That's disgusting. You'll fuck them up about their own shit. You gotta be nice. You open her diaper, it's just chaos in there. It's just bananas. It's just, every shit amazes me. I'm never used to it. Everyone, I'm like, okay, wow, what is that? You have been eating diarrhea for a week, I think. Because that's awful. But you can't. You gotta be like, you just go, oh, wow. You really got something there, honey? That's really something. That's really okay. Well, all right, let me scrape that off your knees for you. Just get it down off your back. Just get all this hazmat in one place. Wipe you down. Clean your tiny vagina at the end. Who knew that was going to be my life? I had no idea that my relationship to the vagina was going to be cleaning shit out of a tiny one several times a day. They don't tell you that. When you're getting ready to be a dad, nobody pulls you aside and says, you have to clean the vagina a lot because every time she takes a shit, it goes straight up her twat. They don't tell you that. And they should. It's a big part of being a dad. It's bigger than Christmas. It happens every day. And you got to get it right, front to back. It's very important. The other day I was in New York City with my kids. And I got 2 of these fucking things. Remember that, please. 2 of them. And we're in the crowded streets. I got this one here, the 2-year-old. She can walk, but she won't. She's a bullshitter. So I'm carrying her. And she weighs like 20 babies, this kid. She's tiny, but she's got the density of a dying sun. I don't understand how she's this heavy. It feels like a fat raccoon holding a bowling ball. That's what she feels like. And the pain in my shoulder is intense. And it's sending signals to my brain like, you don't love her, just drop her. She doesn't matter. Just let her die. So I'm fighting that on this side. I got the 5-year-old like this. I hope it's her. I haven't looked back in about an hour. I'm just dragging somebody tiny just through many strangers' thighs. Briefcase corners are hitting her in the temple. I don't give a shit. I'm in a hurry because my pocket's vibrating and my wife's calling to see where I am, even though she sent me to do this shit. And I'm yelling into my pocket like she can hear me. I'm fucking coming! Shut up! And this one is talking the whole time. The whole time. With a tiny voice 2 feet off the ground. What, am I going to listen to this shit? Really? What, am I going to take a knee every 2 seconds? What's that, sweetie? Go ahead. What's that? Uh-huh. What? Excuse me, sir. Go ahead. It's fine. Yeah, sometimes dogs are brown. That's very true. Good thing I didn't miss any of that shit coming out of your stupid face.
Talking about the dominatrix. That's terrific. Are you blowing up someone's spot by mentioning the person?
I won't say his name, but my friend's wife was a dominatrix, and she used to have Hasidic Jews as clients a lot, and they'd be very.
Well, hold on, your friend.
Yeah.
Was going to this dominatrix and decided this is the woman for him.
Yeah.
Which is so bizarre, because you had a great line there. He basically married someone that burned his dick.
He married a woman who literally burnt his dick with a hot poker.
But
and that made him go, I'm in love.
Did she still dominate him, or?
No, not anymore. I mean, I don't know. That gets in the area.
Yeah, you got to think that would be a little weird. He's got to go out of the house to get that,
now,
right?
Yeah, now, well, the thing is that then it just turned into a regular. They got married. They have a kid. She's a pain in the ass, and he's
literally like. Is there,
literally.
Oh God, yeah. You don't know. I mean,
fucking with a racket. Yeah.
Right. Just became like, it doesn't matter what they do beforehand, because that's the ultimate, you know, a dom and a fucking slave.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Once they're married, they become the married couple. He's taking the garbage out. And
exactly. There's no cool, ethereal sexual thing.
Do you promise to love, honor, and shit in his mouth? For as long as he shall crawl and be scum.
Until he says his safe word.
Does anyone object to this marriage? Guy stands up in a baby costume.
It'd be great if you could have a safe word in a marriage.
Yes.
You could just in the middle of marriage say thumbtack. She's like, oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I went too far with this
I didn't
argument.
realize.
Yes.
I didn't realize we were crossing the line.
No.
But she said that she's
Shouldn't the safe word be cunt, though?
Yeah, it should be.
Well,
that is.
That's the argument.
That's the one.
Starts a new one.
So
But
you were saying that she had a lot of
Hasidic Jews that were her clients, and that during the business transaction, before they would fall into their role play, they were very rude to her, the Hasids, because they can be rude. They're
good businessmen.
Anybody who's not them, you're outsiders. Like if you ever go to a store run by Hasids, they don't care that you exist. They just, it's a different, it's a closed society. I'm trying to be nice about it, fucking Jews.
Well, it is very.
Jesus.
It is a very different and closed society. You're right.
Yeah.
Do you know any Hasidic Jews personally? Have you ever been to their houses? Do you know?
No.
Friends with them or anything?
They're not supposed to.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And so it's not like you're saying anything that isn't true. It's just no one knows. They're very mysterious, if you ask me.
And it's a generality because there are. I mean, I go to B&H Photo, which is.
Oh yeah, I love B&H.
And B&H, they sometimes they're very like, you go, is this a good camera? Yes, it's a very good camera. Yes, it is. Yes, yes, it's good. And I'm like, all right, sorry. But sometimes the guy's like, it's excellent. It's excellent. I can tell you about it, and they'll be nice. Sometimes.
But if you poke them for information, they all have it.
Oh, sure.
They all know. They're good employees. Like if you say, I know, why is this better? Make them work, and they'll always tell you. Like
Sure
they know.
will. They'll sell it.
I get all my video stuff from there, and every time I've gone there, it's been great. It's not a commercial to the place, but
no, it's great. It is a great place. But anyway,
informative.
But so these Jews were rude to her a lot, and they're living in a society that's extremely like moralistic. Going to some dominatrix and having their dicks whipped is not exactly in the Talmud.
Within the bounds of their religion.
I don't think it's part of their bar mitzvah. In the Baruch Atah, it's not in. There's no Hebrew for,
getting your dick
fuck
whipped.
me with a strap on.
Right. Jesus, Lord.
So
there's just something about. I think it's something about any lifestyle that has you in this very strict. Parameters as to what you can and can't do.
Crazy.
You're going to fucking be the nut, whether it's a strict Catholicism.
Yeah, or Jimmy Swaggart jacking off in a hooker's ass.
Yeah,
of course he is.
Shit like that. Whenever you're put in that situation, you're going to fucking want to get a little freaky.
Yeah.
Get your freak on.
Yeah.
And if you wanted to go to a dom,
so he went
whatever.
to this, these guys would go to her, and she usually, you talk as two normal people before you start the hitting and stuff. And that's her time that you got to respect her, and they were disrespectful to her. So when she was beating them, she said they were the only clients that she ever hit like with spite, because that's a huge line for her. She would never cross. When a dom is beating you up, she's being very, she's doing it with some kind of kindness. There's a weird, but she said she used to crucify them. And
that's a no-no.
And like inside, when she's hitting them, she'd be like, "You fucking Jew!"
Wow.
And then the weird detail she told me was that they always had to take their sperm home with them in a tissue.
Get out of here!
Because that was in their religion, was they couldn't leave their bodily fluids behind.
What do they do with it?
Somehow, like God's watching a dominatrix shit in your mouth. And he's, look, as long as you take your cum home, it's fine.
Someone's trying to bother God for a second, and then he's like, no, wait. I got it. All right, he took his cum with him. Okay.
He's okay.
All right.
He's still good.
I thought he was going to leave his cum on her floor, and that would have really pissed me off.
As long as he puts it in that cigar box under his wife's shawl.
That's why the tsunami happened. God wasn't paying attention to the weather. He was watching some Jewish fella jerk off into a Kleenex and fucking bring on the N train.
Bring on the N train.
Fucking
taking it on the JZ to the fucking Bensonhurst.
I knew another dom who used to see the same thing. She said the Hasidic clients, she had one would always come, one of the tranny to fuck him. So she would bring the tranny, and the trannies would a lot of times make the guy shower.
She's like, they were dirty, they would smell, and they said that the tranny wouldn't fuck the guy until he showered.
Wow.
The tranny guy, I ain't gonna fuck that.
Yeah.
Jeez,
man. Take a shower.
Let's
get
Keith the cop on the line here. Keith, what's up?
Yeah, that's very true, Jimmy. Big in the tranny community. We used to catch them all the time. They would go out and they would look to suck the he-she's dicks.
Really?
Yeah.
Naughty boys.
Yeah, and you know what? They would get robbed a lot because, they would be embarrassed to go and, report that they got robbed.
All right, yeah.
The community, they would get the backlash from it, so they would just...
I was being fucked by a transvestite, and the fellow took my wallet, and I went to file a report.
Yeah, so we would catch them a lot, but... yeah, filthy animals.
Jeez.
Like the rest I'm not saying them in particular, but, they just happen to... a couple of them.
Yeah. Two of them. A couple, too.
I really think that white people are from, like, another planet. Because when we came to America, it was so nice. It was just Indians. And they weren't even Indians. We called them that by accident. And we still call them that. Like we knew in a month that it wasn't Indians, but we just don't give a shit. We came here and they're like, hi. And we're like, hey, you're Indians, right? And they're like, no. No, this is India, right?
No, it's not. It's totally other place.
You're not Indians?
No.
You're Indians.
You're Indians for hundreds of years after.
We ruined everything here. This was it was just coast to coast, just green and brown and beautiful. And all the humans were just walking around with painted faces, just walking. And they'd be like, ooh, that looks yummy. And then they just eat from the ground. And then they'd sleep on the grass. And they'd wake up and they'd fuck. And then they'd go for a swim and do a little dance. That was the whole continent, was just folks doing that.
I mean, there was people in Mexico cutting off kids' heads and rolling them down the pyramid stairs.
But
that's always going on. What are you gonna? You can't.
Yes, you can't do a whole lot about that.
Talk about their mothers. I was watching a football game one time, and this guy scored a bunch of shit, whatever, and they were excited. So they asked him about it afterwards. And a football player said, my mom died last year, but I know she was watching my game from heaven tonight. And I wanted to be there to say, leave your mother alone. How dare you? She's dead. I mean, when are you done with your fucking kids? When are you finished with your fucking kids? Even after you're dead, you still have to go to their fucking games and shit? Leave your mother alone. She did her job. She raised you, and it killed her. I mean, let her enjoy heaven. Don't you want your mother to enjoy heaven? Isn't that what you want your mom to be, just in heaven? Whee! This poor woman, the angels are like, we're having an angel party. You want to come with us?
I can't. I got to watch my son's games. He'll be very upset. Okay, good. He can't fucking hear me.
When people die, it means they did their jobs, and you should forget them. That's what I think. Because it's unfair what we put on dead people. Are you watching over me? Yes, I'm watching all of it. You know, like when you see an old couple, and they've been married for like 60 years. You know that kind of story? Everybody always loves that. The kind of people that always get applause based on the math of their lives. How long have you been married?
60 years. Oh. Ah.
Isn't that automatically wonderful? How do you know? You just know how long it's been.
For 60 years, every morning he tells me I'm a piece of shit.
Well, let's just say this is a happy couple, okay? They love each other. They've been married for 60 years. That's longer than most people really want to be alive, and they've been together that long. And now they're just an old couple, and they just walk
together. You know when you see two people? And it's kind of lovely. They don't need anybody else. It's just the two of them. This is both of them. They just walk. They always walk somewhere nobody walks there. It's trash. It's trucks. He's wearing a suit that is not a color. She's wearing a dress that's like a triangle, like a kid drew it. It's just fucking a dress with fruit on it. Nobody cares. And they just walk every day.
Yeah. It's cold. Yeah, it's cold. You want to go to the store and get a cracker? Yeah, let's get a cracker at the store. Yeah, yeah.
And then one day, usually he dies first. They're walking, and he goes, ah. Ah. And she says, Richard! Ah. Ah. Richard! Ah. And he dies. So now it's just her. Just Rose. And she's alone. Now she just stands in their house. Once in a while, somebody goes to get Rose because there's a wedding. Come on, Rose. Enter. Just fucking come on. Come on. Fuck, come on. Fuck. Just want to push her from... She lives 10 more years. 10 years after Richard dies. And then 10 years later, now she's laying in a bed. She's dying. Somebody's there with her on their phone. So Rose is dying, and she says, well, at least now I get to be with my Richard forever. Where'd she get that idea? Where did that come from? I've looked it up. No religion teaches that when you die, you get to ruin heaven for your dead spouse. Why is that fair? Who gets... Richard's been dead for 10 years. He's been in heaven for 10 years. And somebody comes up to him, hey, your wife is coming. What? We just now? Yeah, Rose just died. She'll be here in about 20 minutes. They just gotta hose her down and tape the wings on. And then you're gonna be together forever. Wait a minute. Fuck. You said this was heaven. Why is this... I have a girlfriend here now. I don't want to fucking... She's the love of your life. She's not the love of my death, motherfucker. That's marriage. Marriage is a big deal. Marriage is a big deal. I went to a wedding the other day. I went to a gay wedding. I've been to a lot of gay weddings, which is not true. It's not true at all, but I did go to one. But I don't go to weddings generally because I don't like them. I hate it. Don't invite me, really. I think it's rude to invite people to your wedding. I really do. Nobody's happy to get that shit. You make it all pretty, and they're like, oh, fuck! This is gonna suck! Here's a helpful list of places to stay. Oh, great. I get to live in a La Quinta in Reading, Pennsylvania for 3 days because you want to get married for a couple of years. Nobody wants to watch you start your shitty thing. Nobody wants to see it. Everybody's in a shitty thing. That's what it is. That's what it is to be with somebody. You're either alone or you're in a shitty thing. That covers 100% of human beings.
I know I can see there's young couples here, and you're like, no, we're in a good one. It's really good. Yeah, fuck you. Who do you think you are? It just didn't get so arrogant. Yeah, I think we figured it out. No, yeah, you're the first ones. Of course it's going to get shitty. That's part of it. It's like going to a horror movie, and in the first minute, you're like, I think they're all going to be fine. No, they're all going to die, and you're going to hate the person you love right now. It's the way it works. Love plus time minus distance equals hate. That's just the way it goes. I'm not saying don't do it. You should do it. It's the best thing. It's the best part of life, love is. But don't be greedy and expect it to last. Don't be amazed that a butterfly died because you shot it in the face. Just fall in love, make a fucking mess. It goes shitty, you don't realize it till too late, and then you cry a lot and move on. It's the best part of life. It is. I've always loved love. This has always been my favorite part of life, is meeting somebody and going, oh, shit, that person. That's the best feeling. Now, why the fuck would that just, oh, yeah, for years, for our whole lives, just, oh, yeah. That's insane to expect that. And then it rots and dies. It's just the way it goes. It's like if you see a person in the park making bubbles with a big wand, you know, with soap, and sometimes they make a really big one and everybody goes, oh, hey, hey, ah, shit, okay. That's all. You don't stand over, liar! You don't get mad at the soap stain. It gets so shitty, man. It does. Oh. Oh.